Hi, so here's the Westfalia Berlin. This one's the one with the Red 9 front suspension, front setup, steering system and everything. It's about £3,500 worth. What I'll try to do, first of all, I wanted to sort of show you with the engine running, so you can hear her ticking away. See the side markers, US spec side markers. And we'll just open the engine bay up and you can see sound deadening on the inside there and across the back, but just purring away, nice and clean and tidy, well serviced, well looked after. So I'll just come round and show you from this side so you can see all the instruments are working as they should. We'll knock the lights, hazard lights and engine off a minute. So what I want to try to do is walk around the bus. It's in superb condition, but because about 80% of my business, in fact, if we look at the gutters as I'm talking, about 80% of my business is done online. So I'm very, very cautious that to represent the vans absolutely accurately. So, you know, if this van goes off to Germany or if it goes off to Manchester, you know, wherever it goes, the customer is going to know exactly what they've bought, you know, because the first time often the vehicle's seen is when it arrives on a transport vehicle. We're now looking at rubber seals and underneath the windows. So rubber seals are nice and supple. There's no rot coming around this side. No issues along the window sills at all, and as I say, all the rubbers are nice and supple, so they're not dried and cracked, you know, letting any water in. So as I say, try to represent it as accurately as possible, or of course if someone travels 200 or 300 miles to get to me to view it in person, I want them to know exactly what they're coming to see. There's nothing worse. You know what it was like in the old days where you travel 200 miles to see a car and it was totally misrepresented. That's just a bit of polish there. So if we look down on the front panel, sort of along the bottom here, it's absolutely spot on. There are two bungs there where I imagine they probably had a spare wheel carrier at some point, but you can see you can see them, but they don't stand out as an issue. But again, it's things that you might see when you're here, but you might not necessarily see if it's not pointed out on a video. You can see again bottoms of the doors and the dog leg, bottom of the sliding door. That's obviously your gas LPG filling point and tank under there. The sills you can see are all good, as is the rear quarter, the rear wheel arch, and moving round to the battery tray level is all perfect. Incidentally, while we're here, we look at the panel there, engine lid panel and the rear hatch panel. They're absolutely spot on. There is no corrosion. Bit of polish again. I'm looking as we're talking. I've fully prepped the vehicle myself, but I still look every time to make sure it's shown accurately. You can see how straight the panels are by the reflection, but again, I'm looking at the sills with you, and then the dog leg and door bottoms. If we stand back away, you can see down the flanks of the vehicle. The canvas, sorry, I'll come back this side. The canvas, as you can see, is absolutely spot on. There's no sort of rips or tears. Slight fading if you absolutely want to be highly critical, but then that looks perfect with the van as it should be. You can see inside, so you've got the, let's step up inside, so you've got the panels that zip, so they would zip up like that during the night, and you can open them during the day to let the light in, but you've still got a fly net there, so the mozzies and everything are going to stay out. So that's on both side panels. Then on the front panel, again, you've got the bit that unzips, but then the fly panel unzips as well to get to the sort of roof rack where you might want to put your awning, etc. in there. So looking again at the cab, the upholstery, everything obviously internally is on all the photographs to see. In the back is the awning, and I think on memory, yeah, there's a cover there as well. The upholstery is perfect. It's all been redone using the products from NLA. Curtains again, but you can see by the weave in the fabric, they're absolutely as they should be, you know, from an original point of view. So that's basically the bus. If I get down underneath, what I'll do is, actually you can probably see very well like that. I was going to say I'll do some photographs, but it's probably easier to show you as we're walking. It's all good on that back area, and there's the money shot. So the Red 9 front end setup, but again you can see everything is super solid. It's you know, I mean, I can take you around everywhere. The dog legs, the steps, I think, yeah, it's insulated underneath there, so I can't pull it all up, but you can see everything is so new and tidy. Bottoms of the doors are all fine. It has got a Cobra alarm system is in there. So yeah, an absolute, it's a really nice van. I've got no qualms as to whether someone was to come, say, 200 or 300 miles to see it, or if they bought it from the video representation. By all means, you know, if you've got any questions, please ask. But it's a really nice, well sorted van. It's just spotted, you possibly can't even see it on the video, but it's only where we polished it earlier and there's a tiny bit of white polish still on there. But as I say, you can see from the reflections, it's a really straight bus. Drives as good as it possibly could with that Red 9 setup. It just feels so good. So I'll send the video to you and let me know if you've oh, beg pardon, let me just, I didn't show you, there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to leave anything out, so it's all, I will take a couple of pictures because it hasn't got the flash on the video. Just there you can see the electric hookup point, but yeah, I'll take a couple of pictures as well just with the flash on, just so you can see, but I'll send this to you shortly.